Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. You all are unmuted after I chastised you about Persona.
I didn't want that. I didn't ask.
Welcome, everybody, to the stream. I'm happy to be back after a week off of Ashes of the Last War, but we are all here. We are all queer. Get used to it. For those of you who don't know, my name is Obsidia. I'm everybody's favorite Death Knight, and I am the DM of this campaign, Eberron, Ashes of the Last War. And so we're going to go around the table as everyone introduces themselves, and then we're going to do a session recap, and we are going to get right on into the emotional trauma. So without further ado, we always start with our kitty mage, the Yulia/Paige.
Yeah, that's me. Hello, everyone. My name is Yulia. In this campaign, I am a cat girl wizard. But when I am not, I am an elven princess knight. I go by Royal Knight VT on both Twitch and Twitter. Play a lot of fun games, trying out for the first time. Playing a lot of Skyrim. We're starting Hades, so it's a good, slightly chaotic time. But yeah, come on and hang out with me if you'd like to. Thank you.
We love chaos in this household.
Yeah.
Yulia pretends to be lawful good, but we all know where she really at.
Oh, I totally am.
Be gay, do crimes. The Royal Knight standard. Speaking of being gay and doing crimes, we go to Lily Faywood / Fruhling.
Fruhling. Hello. Yes, my name is Lily. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Lily Faywood. I like to do like music and RPG stuff. Yeah, haha. Tonight I am playing Fruhling, who is a lovely Eladrin Thembo Ranger something. We got a new PNG, official PNG. Which I'm laughing because the bear titties are slightly covered by my placard, but just know that they're there.
I tried, but the problem is your tits are so big that your actual portrait would be very small by comparison if I actually fit them all in there, due to the limitations of these boxes.
I understand.
If it's necessary, I'll re-edit the overlay just for your fucking
just double size it. Make sure to give through that double D size frame.
I'll make it into a slideshow where for one frame that goes away and chat can see it for one frame.
But thank you, Lily. Always happy to have you. Next up, we've got the Maris / the Jubilee, everybody's most traumatized Southern Tiefling.
Hello, everybody. I am Mary or Maris, whichever you prefer, and I am a variety streamer, but we mostly like to do comfy, cozy things over on my channel. So currently we are reading Bram Stoker's Dracula, but just in general, we like to read books. We like to craft, and sometimes we cook, and sometimes we play games. It's kind of whatever, but you can always count on the cozy vibes. And you can also find me playing in Litro's campaigns as well, for Common Tales and Mistwalkers. But tonight I am Jubilee Ravamont, the hot pink tiefling cupcake Eldritch Knight, and it's a great time. So happy to be here as always.
And this cupcake is getting spicier by the day. Thank you, Jubilee. Next up, we've got Litro, a $1.25 Dragon Knight, also known as La Paint.
Hi everyone, I'm Litro the Bronze. I am a quarter dragon. I like to play RPGs and other stuff. So feel free to drop by my channel and watch me run D&D for all these fools who all are partaking in it. And I'm going to be a bit more quieter today because I haven't been feeling well. So I'm going to mostly have a muted mic, except when I try and talk. So if you hear me coughing, please forgive me.
I like to think your coughing is actually your transition to your final Pokemon form.
Yes, tonight I am playing Paint, the reborn changeling.
Thank you, Litro. Always happy to have you. Definitely go check out Litro's streams. They are a fantastic DM, and all of their players are amazing as well, including basically everybody on this screen. And next up, last but certainly not least, we come to Cestus the Bestus, otherwise known as Sif.
Hi, it's me, the least. Hi, I'm Sif. I'm a night VTuber, living suit of armor. I do art and games. I'm playing FF14 this week, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. I got a new shooter, Miles Morales, and I'm very excited for Scarlet and Violet because the lists, the Pokemon leaks happened, and Mothman. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, that's all I got. I love you guys a ton, and Sess, upside down emoji. Oh, and I'm not a fucking cat girl.
Oh, which you say while immediately transitioning to play a cat girl. So just saying.
It's acting. It's acting.
The lady doth protest too much. But yes, thank you everybody. You should definitely go check out these wonderful players. You can type in !players into chat to bring up their Twitches. So previously on Eberron, Ashes of the Last War, our party had successfully defeated the nefarious actors involved in the Arcane Arena and took their opportunity to bask in and celebrate their victory. So they engaged in all manner of post-combat experience, such as meeting back up with LD, getting their payments, as well as some quote-unquote special merchandise, including Cess requesting some hijacked mage experimentation gear to be shipped back to their house in Greywall for obviously totally legal purposes. And then, as well as they had pizza at everybody's favorite Knoll Pizzeria before they settled into their final setup, or maybe the Knoll Pizzeria was the previous session, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on.
Every session is pizza time.
Every session is pizza session. They then went to one of LD's hotels, known as The Roost, which was recently acquired from a hostile takeover, so to speak. When they were asked to leave the Gold Dragon Inn, they settled into their new, less fancy hotel, but still fancy nonetheless, before they all decided to go out clubbing that night, much to some of them being more awkward than others' chagrin. But the club experience was very enjoyable. Cess ran into an old lover, Yay-Z, a Minotaur DJ bard, as well as many members of the party got a little bit closer. There was some dirty dancing as well as some slow dancing, as well as some parental laughing at the hijinks of the various children out on the dance floor. And by children, I mean the players. This all ended with a rather heartbreaking scene of various people trying to talk to Jubilee about their feelings about her, and nobody walking away satisfied. When everybody returned to the hotel that night, they each went to their respective rooms. The only one who remained unscathed from the experience was Paige and Sylvana, who ended their night together, cuddled up on the bed as everyone else needed some alone time. And with that, we will get started as the new day emerges. Everybody will slowly begin awakening, and I believe first off, we're going to start off with La Jubilee.
Oh boy.
Here I go crying again. So Jubilee, what do you do in the morning after?
She is going to fall back into what is considered to her to be a normal routine. You know, rise early, get ready, and she is going to kind of in a way switch back into business mode.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been wanting to talk to Kai Shen for a little bit since the previous day, but like the opportunity just never arose. So I think she's going to do that now if he is up, because she's up quite early.
Yeah, you can go stop by his room if you like. Knock on his door.
Yeah, she'll do so very quietly and politely.
Okay. After a few seconds, the door will open, and you see standing before you the near towering form of Kai Shen compared to how small Jubilee is. But it's weird seeing him the way he is now, because it's like casual Kai Shen. He's wearing his hair is not pulled back in its usual style. It's kind of hanging long across his shoulders, all the black and silver strands. He is wearing his black and gold silk robe you saw previously, but it is open to show his well-muscled chest covered in dozens of scars and burns and tears. Each one of these has been covered over in what appears to be a golden tattoo. And there is what appears to be less of like scars, but actual something, a series of words in Goblin has been carved across his pectorals, and once again also covered in gold. But there is one scar that isn't, which goes from about his pectorals all the way down his torso to the waist of the pants he is wearing. And he's wearing a pair of combat boots as he holds a cup of coffee, leaning on the door as he looks down at you. Yes, Jubilee.
Good morning. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't get you up or bothered you or anything.
It is nothing. I was already awake.
Good. So was I, and I was wondering if I might have a word with you, if that's all right.
He will nod and gesture for you to come inside.
She'll come in and not really take a seat anywhere. She feels like a little awkward being in someone else's space, so she'll just kind of find a little space to stand in the room. And
Gotcha. As you go into his room, you see that he has set up a portable armor stand with his full plate on it, as well as a stand to put his longbow and his extendable polearm on. When he turns his back to you, you see on the back of it, like behind his, like underneath his robe, is his two curved blades that he had on his waist when he was fighting you guys. And there is a large piece of canvas on the floor, as well as some black and gold paint. And it appears that it was partially being painted on when you knocked on his door. And he will go to sit back down next to the canvas, taking a sip of his coffee, and he will gesture for you to talk as he picks up a long paintbrush.
Right. Well, it's just, I was wondering, with your experience, being a warrior and a fighter and the champion for so long, I'm hoping to improve myself. And I thought I always knew how best to do that. I mean, I've been trained to fight pretty much my whole life, but I can't help but think about the conversation that we had when we met Sess's coach, and he said we were lucky. And I'm not too proud to disagree. I know we were lucky in that fight. I mean, I could barely land a hit against you. And if we weren't lucky enough to free you and during that fight, I'm supposed to be a protector, you see, and I didn't do a very good job. So, moving forward, if it's all right with you, I was wondering if I could count on maybe your help or training or some I would like to work with you to get better.
Um, as you talk, Kaishen isn't staring at you directly. He is looking at his canvas as he then very carefully and with great control and a surprising amount of artistic flair is weaving his brush along this canvas and doing it some kind of like goblinoid symbology, presumably because it's very similar to like the lettering you see all over his stuff. He goes, "You've spent much of your life training. How much have you spent actually engaging in combat?"
Not much, to be honest.
That was your failing.
Right. Not a lot of practical application, I suppose.
And he just continues staring at the canvas as he's painting, as he's talking at you, and he goes, "Indeed, you can spend all of the time trading in the world, and it will mean nothing if when you get engaged in actual combat, if you do not learn how to adapt and overcome the situation. I was going to kill you. I was going to kill all of you, but I did not. I failed to. That was my failing. Obviously, it was for the best. But I was prepared to do such. When you train, your foes do not. They do not seek your death like I did. But you should know that in all future arenas, they will. Whether that be in the Arcane Arena, or upon the many battlefields you may find yourself on.
You're right. I never really thought about it before. I've spent so long, protecting someone from dangers, but I mean, really most of the danger that happens at a banquet hall or a ball or a family dinner or anything, it's just imagined. I know that I was just kind of there to be there.
Deterrence. It can be a valuable source of delaying the inevitable. But I assure you, what truly counts in the moment is your ability to put your misgivings aside and strike and learn where it hurts for your foes and strike ever deeper. I fought in many battles during the war, for many sides. I have killed more men than I can count, a dozen times over. And I can tell you every battle was different, and no matter how many I fought and how many I trained, I was never prepared completely for the next.
I can't afford to be unprepared anymore. I mean, you saw what happened in the arena both nights. I can't go down anymore. If I'm not up, if I can't take a hit, I don't know what their chances are.
You are a capable warrior in your own right. But you are but one warrior amongst several. You must learn, truly, to work with your team. Because ultimately, alone, you are weak, no matter how capable you are. They need to learn how to work with you for that.
I guess I've just always worked alone,
Yeah.
in a manner of speaking.
He'll stop painting for a moment and take a sip of his coffee. Go. It is something that we never truly understand about you. In goblinoid society, community is everything. A single one of us alone is weak and will be picked off by anything stronger than it. We build our entire society around working together to overcome any threat, to be able to work in cooperation for our own security and prosperity. So many of you believe in a different kind of go-it-alone individuality, and while some of you, in spite of that weakness, still are able to accomplish great things, it is a fundamental failing of your beliefs.
I see. I can't say I ever really thought about something like that before. Because, it's just me protecting someone else, but I know I'm not the only one. I know that my friends they're all very capable people, but sometimes I can't help but think that I might be the only thing standing between them and an unfortunate end. So I'll always be there with them, working with them, but there are some things I think I have to do just by myself.
It is impressive for somebody to be both correct and yet absolutely idiotically wrong.
Oh,
You are indeed a vital component to ensuring your comrades' protection and endurance. However, as you yourself have proven, you are nothing without them, because alone you will fall again and again. It is your friends that bring you back up. It is your friends that give you the necessary support to be able to maneuver, the ranged power to overcome your innate weaknesses. They are just as important to your survival as you are to theirs.
right. I, you're right. No, you're right. Um, I know that I have a lot to learn, and to overcome, and hopefully weaknesses to eradicate.
I swore myself to serve you and to serve your friends, and I will do such. If you require any instruction from me, I will deliver it. It seems, though, the most important thing you need to learn is how to command. None of your friends seem to possess quite that willingness.
I don't see. That would be the position of a leader, though, and that's not me. That's not where I'm meant to be.
Yeah. Will stare down at his canvas for a moment before he stands up and will walk over to Jubilee and go, if you will not lead them, who will? Do you intend to lead everything by consensus?
Well, I I suppose. I mean, everyone's equal in this group.
Indecision is the deadliest weapon on any battlefield.
I I can't just take over. That place myself in a higher position than everybody else. That's that's not what they agreed to. That's not what I expected.
Then perhaps it is time you speak to them for a different situation. When I led Clan Zhao, I was placed in that position because I was the most capable to do such. It did not matter my own thoughts on the situation. It did not matter that others could also hold that role. I was deemed the most suitable champion for the good of the community and the good of the clan. You have your own ways of doing things, but I assure you that this system will not work if you are placed into truly grave danger. You will need decisive action and singular, dedicated will.
Right. Uh, well, I I appreciate everything that you've said, Mr. Zhao. Truly, I value your experience and your insight, and maybe it is time that we figured out what this group is meant to be. Um,
It is nothing. I will always serve you. You merely must ask and say the word. This is the least of the duties that I can accomplish for you.
Thank you. I hope we won't be too demanding. I'll I'll leave you to your work then. Um I didn't take you for an artistic type though.
He his kind of disinterested, half-lidded eyes that he always kind of looks at people. He kind of looks at you and kind of raises an eyebrow. He goes, You are not a complete person if all you do is kill, and all you do is fight. You must be capable of knowing the patience that is required to take action, to know when to strike. And in my society, we do not write down our stories in books for storing away into some kind of library. Truly important things, the legends of warriors, loves, people, these are recorded in verbal stories and in these paintings, for they are a constant reminder of what has occurred as well as what the viewer can interpret from them. I simply seek to ensure that my legends and the legends of those I have witnessed endure. You would be good to learn other skills besides throwing your body in front of blades.
I suppose etiquette classes don't really count for something extra other than fighting, huh?
Perhaps if you are engaged in a brutal battle of grammar, then that would count.
Well, maybe so. I've yet to encounter that, though. But there's the first time for everything, I suppose. Well, thank you again, Mr. Zhao. I'll leave you to your painting.
It is nothing. If you have questions in the future, I am always here, and I will always be by your side.
Thank you. I'll go. I'll see if anyone else is up yet. And she'll give a little nod of her head and exit the room.
He'll follow you out, and right before you're about to exit, he's going to put his hand on your shoulder and turn you to look at him. One more thing. You put too much pressure on yourself. While I have said many things about leadership and power, remember what I also said about community. You are not alone. They are here for you as you are here for them.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
He'll let go of your shoulder and close the door behind you.
I think if there, I forget, does this
Yeah.
room, the suite that we're in, have like a common area?
Yeah. You're like in basically like a full like hotel grouping, as well as like common area, dinner, full kitchen, everything. This is the presidential like floor.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think she's gonna go off, find herself a cup of coffee, and sit in the common area and ponder this exchange that she just had.
Okay.
Maybe Prince can
Yep.
sit close by.
Yep. Prince will, when you leave, Prince will flap on over to you and settle on your shoulder, give you a little nuzzle and purr.
Aww.
And yeah, with that, how about, does anyone else want to do anything as they rise and shine for the day?
I would like to ask everyone's opinion on something once everyone's up in the common room.
Okay, so that's gonna be Paint. What about Cess, Fru, and Paige?
I'm gonna wake up from my room in the most disheveled way possible, see everyone awake before me, panic, and yeet the bottle of alcohol I had out the window.
It smashes onto the street below.
Not my problem. It's Sharn, baby. I'm gonna go brush my teeth.
It's promptly whisked away by a horde of rats.
The rats.
Gotta feed SK somehow.
What about you, Paige?
I think she will take a minute to actually get up. Surprisingly, she slept really well. Probably can't say much for a lot of other party members. But is Sylvana still sleeping in the bed?
You awake a bit before her. You can unpeel yourself out of her arms.
It does take her a minute to do so, though. She kind of lies in the bed a little content before kind of nudging her a bit awake.
Huh? Oh, you're awake, Paige.
Yes, good morning. Did you sleep well?
Good morning. I slept so well. Perhaps the best I've slept in days.
The fighting really did take a lot out of us, and we did stay up pretty late with the party and everything.
It was so much fun. I hope everyone else had as good a time as we did.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I mean, I couldn't imagine why not.
I wouldn't know, we're all together and we all survived. It's wonderful, and it's nice to have these kind of moments of peace together.
I agree. We should definitely shouldn't take these moments for granted. Did you want to maybe go down and get something to eat?
Oh, yes, sorry.
It's okay if you didn't want to move, that's all right. I don't have to move.
No, and one of her gloved hands will gesture, and her spider bot will start like pulling clothes over to her. Because she's wearing her normal tank top and shorts when she sleeps, and she goes, by the way, Paige, I know that we only talked about spending another day in Sharn. Maybe I could show you some places I like here. It's been a few years since I've been, but I remember some good places in the Middle Towers.
Oh, you're asking me to go with you?
Yes, I thought it would be very enjoyable to have just kind of a date out on the town. I know a wonderful spa place. If you are interested, of course.
Oh, like just the two of us. You said what was that? Did you see?
Yes, I was thinking just the two of. I know that a lot of them are they're very busy and they seem to be dealing with a lot. Maybe it would be nice to just get out of their hair for a little bit.
Oh. Sess has been doing things on her own. I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I went out a little bit by ourselves. That would be nice. I'd really like that.
Sylvana basically beams. Then it's a date. I'll start getting ready for it after we have breakfast.
Yes. I'll get ready soon too. Yes. Thank you.
She's like putting some pants and buttoning her like tunic into place. Yes. So let's go see everyone else and yeah.
Yes, she's like fumbling around trying to get her clothes without her glasses on. Like, where is it?
The spider bot will help direct your clothes and glasses over to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And it'll hop back onto Silvana's back. Yes, breakfast it is! And with that, you guys will head to the table. And then last of the people gathering up at the table, the Fruhling.
Yeah, so I imagine they kind of were just like they spent their most of their morning just kind of looking at the new hand crossbow that they had shipped to them by Snow,
Mhm.
and just kind of taking a look at it, getting all the double checking everything. They have very meticulous check absolutely every single part of their body, make sure that everything's in its proper place, even if they're not potentially going to be facing combat today. Double check the string, make sure that the string can snap and load and such, and just making sure that everything's good to go. And just take a deep breath and look out the window for a second. Just think to themselves, moving with the group would be different, but hey, maybe that's what she would have wanted. Okay, very good, very good. And it's going to go out to the common room.
Okay, with that, everybody trickles into the common room eventually. Kaishen, of course, looks very unfazed by everything. He's still got his robe loosely on. And Paige and Savata come very blushily and happily. Fru comes in professional as ever. Cess stumbles in.
I got my PJs. I'm still in my PJs and like a bit of toothpaste foam around my lips.
And Prince will make a meowing chuckle seeing Cess come in. And,
big talk from an animal without thumbs.
It looks at you levelly as it snuggles into Jubilee.
Does she
nice
look
phone.
disheveled?
Cess?
Yes.
Oh.
How much did Cess recover her disheveledness between waking up and getting to the table?
She managed to wash up, so she's probably looking as disheveled as she normally does in the morning.
Okay. Nothing like weird or out of the ordinary.
Yeah, that was before. You were too busy getting your flirt on to notice or come out in time to see.
And Peyton, you see all of your friends and companions arrayed before you in various states of dress and disrepair.
When Paint walks into the common room, you can see underneath their arms are several covered portraits. And as they come in, they have a large smile on their face. Oh, everyone, I am glad you're up. I had a wonderful idea last night, and I stayed up a little bit late to try and work on some of it, and I would love to hear all of your opinions on it.
Of course. What is it?
Okay, so you remember that show I put on at Cleotrixia's abode?
Oh, I remember.
Well, I was thinking, what if I just do that off in the market, where people, like in a small tent, where people would come in, pay money, and actually come in and see that. And I already had a few ideas. And go ahead and place the 3 portraits out, and I uncover them one by one, the very first one. Now, I have already had a few story ideas, and I've made some posters to help advertise them. And he pulls off to reveal what is equivalent to a movie poster. First one being a very much Scooby-Doo style game surrounded by a purplish blue fog. You can see several characters, one wearing weird spider-shaped goggles and a leather coat. Very handsome blonde man in armor. A strange blue skinned with obsidian crown horns. And there's also a very well-dressed scientist looking, as well as a tiny mechanical, very stylish looking robot. And in the back, also a cowgirl wielding a very complex-looking crossbow. Now, this is the first one. I'm thinking of calling it Fogwalkers.
I feel like we're gonna get sued.
The entire campaign was a dream.
You're right.
Oh, that we could definitely workshop that title.
It will be
Maybe
about community
Fog
lost in
Striders.
like Fog Striders. Ooh, I kind of like that one. It's all about a group of companions lost in a fog full of monsters. And then this next one I have here, I'll go ahead and pull it off. Shows what appears to be a large white-haired Oni woman next to what looks to be a woman with purple hair, several leaves stuck inside of it, and even a few weasels popping out. An armored brown-haired woman with large angelic wings coming out of her back, holding out a holy symbol with golden light raining down, and what appears to be a small frog hiding off in the corner. As the trio and the frog are fighting what appears to be a large lava monster. Written on top, you can see just W Warriors.
What does the W stand for?
I'm unsure,
When
but I like the idea of the logo being WW.
Paint, buddy. Forgive me for how I'm gonna say this, but you're really fucking happy, you know that? It's a little too happy. It's kind of weird, you know, because before you left, we were genuinely scared. But if you're this happy, does that mean everything's fine with your family? Complete acceptance, no issues whatsoever?
Well, they don't know anything yet, and we'll cross that road when we get to it. But for now, third poster goes ahead and rips it off to reveal what can only be the equivalent of space pirates flying through the cosmos on what appears to just be a regular sailing ship, including a very fancy woman with a large hat, ginger hair curling down, and a large booming contraption, which you are unsure exactly what it is. Another appears to be a large snake woman, kind of like Cleotrixia, but this one has large white hair and their hands covered in stars. Another appears to be a large robot wearing a wizard hat, currently holding several vials of some green liquid you're unsure of. And there's also appears to be a weird alien woman of yellowish, greenish tint and color with a snubbed nose and long pointy ears, holding what appears to be magical weapons in her hand that are somewhat translucent. As well as that, there's also
All set.
Oh.
I'm having a brain fart.
Take your time, Paint. That was a lot of words. I am gonna go downstairs and get continental breakfast.
Oh,
You certainly seem to have thought a lot about this.
I feel so dumb. I can't remember the last character
It's
of my
B's
own campaign.
character.
That's right.
The bat.
What appears to
Zuza.
be a tiny halfling woman with a large ball gown and very protruding fangs, and a tiny little white bat flying next to her, flying through space while the ship is being chased by another ship, shooting lasers at them.
These seem to be some very interesting ideas. Did you base them on a novel?
No, they all just seem to come to me in a dream, I think.
Hmm. And you mean to go to the marketplace and put on a show, or are you planning to write these?
Well, I don't really have the stories written out yet, but I think I could improvise something along the lines. I was thinking of doing it so I can raise up some money for a charity.
Charity?
Yes, and I've been thinking about what I want to do, and as I said before, I want to help people. And I can do that, yes, through mercenary work, doing what I can here and there. However, in my off time, I feel like I'm not doing enough to help people. So I thought, what can I do my off time to do such? And I remembered before I was who I was, I grew up on the street, a homeless child, and there were others like me as well who also grew up on the street. And if it wasn't for my abilities, then I likely would have perished. I wouldn't want that to happen to any other child, so I thought maybe by raising up some money, I can create a home for these children who don't have one.
Well, that's so wonderful, Pain. I mean, if there's anything you need us to do to help you, I'm sure we'd be able to.
Oh, I would greatly appreciate any help you wish. For now, though, I am simply just going to try and use these shows here to raise up the money I need in order to, properly buy a building and such.
Well, if you need any help with ideas, I can certainly try. I've definitely read my fair share of books.
Yes, please, I am no writer. I'm a painter, not a writer. And even at the painting, I'm fairly new at.
It sounds like a fantastic idea and a wonderful start. I'm not an entertainer myself, but I think that you're definitely onto something.
Thank you. You think there's anything I should change about the posters?
It seems a bit fantastical to imagine airships in space, though.
Well, it's not too far off. They're already in the sky. Let's go a little bit higher, right?
I'm not terribly familiar with airship mechanics, but I don't know if people. I don't know how breathable the air is up there.
It's not very.
Magic can handle that.
I suppose when in doubt, just say it's magic.
A wizard did it.
I'm sure somewhere out there there's a crazy wizard, crazy enough to do it.
Fair enough, I guess.
Did you think of all this last night? You must have had a very relaxing evening.
Less of just last night, more occasional thoughts here and there. I've never really put it down on canvas before until now.
I'm happy to see you've found such productive ways to use your newfound time and abilities.
Well, you are quite mechanically intelligent, aren't you? You know what? Perhaps you can help me double check some of the stuff that I have planned and make sure it's at least a little bit more believable.
Oh, of course. If you want an artificer's insight, I can provide some kind of technical advisement if you would like.
Yes, I actually had this idea. You see this one right here with the big poofy hat on the flying ship. I had this idea for what would amount to be just like a tiny hand cannon. I have no idea if something like that could actually work, though.
Well, I presume that it would be something like an artillerist's contraptions that they make. But we can hammer out the details in the future. I know I have to finish eating and I have to go get ready to head out onto the town. And she looks over at Paige.
Yes, I do too. We're having I mean, it's a pretty busy day. My schedule
Yes,
is, yeah, it's really booked.
very busy.
Mm-mm.
If
Can I
anyone would
insight
like
check
to.
them?
What?
Can I insight check them?
Sure.
That's a 3.
That's
Oh,
they must be
oh.
very busy. Like these, they definitely sound like they have all kinds of plans ready for today, and it's you probably shouldn't intrude on it.
Oh, I will not intrude on any hard work that you have planned. I know your college and other things are likely in town, and I will not get in the way of any special projects you have. Forgive me for asking your help so early. And goes
Gives
ahead
us-
and covers up the painting once more before sitting down to eat himself.
Given that this is our last day in Sharn, I plan to stay in for the most part. If anybody would like to take a moment to train or something like that with me, I'd be happy to oblige.
Oh, yeah. If you're just gonna train, I was probably gonna do that too. So,
Very well, Jubilee. I'll be happy to give you any pointers or such. We do fight a little bit differently, but there's always something to learn.
mm,
I can supervise.
thank
You're
you.
more
That-
than
that-
welcome.
That'd be appreciated.
But yeah, so Savannah is gonna slink away, blushedly to finish getting ready. So it sounds like Cess went down to the continental breakfast alone, since everybody else could get food delivered to the top if they were so inclined. But if you still want to go down to the continental breakfast to get some space, that's totally fine.
You know what? You know what, Obs? I have a thing for after everyone leaves the hotel room.
Okay. So yeah, so with that, you know what Sylvan and Paige are doing. It's the other three are going to be training. Paint, what do you want to do?
I like to do what I. Oh, is this still early in the morning?
Yeah, this is basically for the rest of the day because I already have what are the remaining tasks in Sharn for RP scenes, but I'm just wondering what's your passive while you're in Sharn for today.
I think I'm going to try and do what Paint said, where they're going to go out and try and sell some tickets to these little films that he had ideas of. Probably going to be a little bit rough, though.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, with that, the trainers will go to like basically the hotel gym dojo to go practice in. Paige and Savannah. Once you guys are ready, you go. Shall we go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wonderful. To the middle towers. I know this wonderful place. Just take my hand and follow me. And she extends out her gloved hand.
She's almost a little too excited, too rushed, going and grabbing for it.
And she'll grab you and kind of whisk you away as you guys frolic out to out of the hotel. So now, as everybody has gone their separate ways, Cess, what do you wish to do after getting your continental breakfast?
So Sez comes back up to the hotel room with a massive platter of food, kicking the door in and going, "Oh, because you can't see through the pile of food." Okay, guys, so I didn't really know what everybody wanted, so I just kind of grabbed everything. Kind of had to beat an old lady with a stick to get half this stuff. And she puts the food down and looks around like no one is in the room.
You do see a goblin maid cleaning up their plates that were left over from room service.
I'm gonna... Did they take all their stuff with them too?
They didn't like move out, but you know, they grabbed whatever stuff they were going to take with them for a day on the town or training or whatever.
I just want to make it because we're taking the train back to Greywall.
Yeah, you're taking the train back to Greywall.
Assuming they took their luggage with them, and I guess we're just meeting at the train station at the end of the day. So
I think the idea was to be back at the hotel.
Okay, I don't know. Says gonna somberly eat her food, just not speaking at all. This maid staring her down like, did you just fucking get ditched?
One
And then she's
is the loneliest number that you'll ever know.
she's gonna head out after eating all the breakfast because food doesn't get wasted, and she's just gonna head out.
Okay. What is your passive while you're in Sharn for the day?
My passive, same thing I do IRL out in the town. I'm just gonna walk around and go to neat places and try not to think.
Okay.
Aquariums, zoos, just put me anywhere, Obs.
Okay. All right. So as everybody goes to do their activities, we will focus in on our first moment, which is Paige and Sylvana. As she takes you out of the lower district and to the middle district, and she goes, okay, so when I was in university, I used to go to this spa called the Golden Morning, and they do an incredible Arcanist treatment if you want to try it out.
Well, I've never done anything like that before, so I mean, if you suggest it, I would love to try it.
Wonderful. I'm so excited to show you this place. It does wonderful things for both your skin as well as the arcane circuits that flow through your body and channel your energy. You will emerge from this an entirely new woman.
Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah, I'd love to. Is it too expensive, or is I can definitely help pay for, or I can pay for your share too.
If you've seen My Dress Up Darling,
Mhm.
Sylvana does the hold out the credit card. Mama went to the bank.
Yes, I have seen it.
So she will hold up a stack of coins and be like, "Don't worry, Paige, it's on me. I just want to treat you for being so good to me."
Oh, goodness, that seems too much, but thank you.
And after a bit, you guys will arrive at the Golden Morning, where it has a sign outside that shows basically a sunrise happening, as well as a sign that says that it is a fully licensed basically user of the why am I forgetting the name of that dragon marked house? House House of Hospitality. Here we go. House Galanda, who does the Gold Dragon Inns. It's got a House Galanda certified distributor of services sign, so you know it's got the seal of approval. And
It's got the goods.
you got the goods. And as you go inside, there it is, very classic, white marble. You hear faint nature music, as there is a little halfling wearing a white gown and tunic, standing in front of a desk, holding a tray of cucumber water. As she approaches you two and goes, "Welcome to the Golden Morning, mistresses. How can we be of service to all of your needs? Please, take the water. It is complimentary."
Oh, thank you. This is already so nice. I'm getting a little nervous.
Sylvana will kind of lean into you conspiratorially, but like giddily, and be like, "Oh, don't worry. It's only just started."
Okay.
Yes, we would like the Arcanist treatment, please. Oh, an excellent choice, mistress. An excellent choice. I presume you've been here before? Yes, it's been a few years, but I can never forget the Golden Morning.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, well, if you please proceed to the side, you can change into your robes, and we will prepare the massage area for you.
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
At a door, just the runic hinges on it just retract the door into the walls as you enter like a changing area with little I'm trying to think of it. It's like not like little cubbies for you to change into and put your gear where it gets stored in a magical space until you're done. And you can change into your robes and sandals. But Savannah will still be wearing her gloves, though. You do notice that. Not like her battle gauntlets, but she's still wearing her day-to-day gloves that she always does.
Okay.
You look like peak comfort.
Hey, it is really cozy. I feel like I could take a nap in this thing.
Well, no napping yet. We have a full, a la carte assemblage of things to do. And I'm sure that you will emerge from this more relaxed than you've ever been.
Oh, I really appreciate this, though. Thank you.
Oh, don't think anything of it. As she takes your hand again and whisks you back into the areas deeper into the facility, where just teams of you now notice past the concierge portion of it, there are all manner of humans and elves and dwarves and orcs and half-orcs, etc. working there, as there are all manner of other people who are similarly dressed as you, enjoying all manners of serenity, seeing fountains and waterfalls, walking along gardens. You see people resting with a kind of purple clay over their faces with cucumber slices over their eyes. And the halfling will materialize in front of you guys again and be like,
Excellent, please proceed to the right, and let me know the level of massage intensity you feel comfortable with.
Do you have a suggestion? I don't quite know. Hard? Maybe?
Oh, okay, if you wish to start hard, we'll put in the extra effort working out those kinks.
I guess I'll have it hard as well. Just be ready, Paige. I know you've never had this before, so it'll be a little intense.
Sure, that's okay.
But I'll be right next to you.
Okay, if it gets too much, will you hold my hand again?
Yeah, of course, and I would be happy to hold your hand no matter how intense it is. Yulia's
Thank
paralyzed.
you.
The halfling will just smile at you two and lead you into a room where you are presented two tables to lay on. If you ever had a massage in real life, you pull back the robe and everything, but you go chest down against the table, and you see that there is a Goliath woman who enters, as well as a bugbear woman for Silvana. And they're wearing those kind of white tunics and robes that all the staff are. And the Goliath will look down at you, Paige, and go, "From what I was informed, this is your first time, and you've requested a hard massage. Well, I will let you know that I'm going to be very careful with you, my dear."
Please take care of me.
"Don't worry, you're in my capable hands." And
They are quite large.
and she gives you a big toothy smile and goes, just means I can cover more of you at any one time. And I will be working on you, miss. I will be sure to be gentle as well. Oh, you can, don't worry. I can handle a bit of push. Savannah kind of smiles. So noted, my dear. So noted. And they will begin giving you guys a very firm and intensive massage. And it feels, especially for Paige, it feels very overwhelming at first. Having just like these massive hands pressed against you and, going into various knots you didn't know existed.
Yes, her shoulders are very tense.
Yep. But despite her anxiety, this Goliath's capable menstruations are working out all of your tension, and including all of the pressure at the base of your tail. From all of the the tail.
She's like burying her face into it at one point, trying not to say anything.
And with that, it will continue. At one point, you guys will have a halfling come up to you and offer you each some more cucumber water with a straw for you to sip from.
Please, to help assist in the hydration of your newfound release.
And after a long time, we'll say it's about 30 minutes of just this very thorough, but consummately professional massage. You are eventually, they each in turn will bow to you, both. I hope you enjoyed the experience. You feel there is not a drop of tension in your body right now. You feel like Jello Kitty. Just wiggling about.
Was very lovely, thank you.
I'm glad that I was able to do it for you, and I hope that you come by us again. Please feel free to ask for Garnet.
Thank you, Garnet. You did such a wonderful job. I've never felt that way before.
She gives you a big smile and a wink and goes, always a pleasure. And they will leave, and then the next stop is the halfling leads you into a room which is full of bubbling pools of purple viscous mud. And she goes, excellent! Now we are going to go about cleansing and exfoliating your skin. I'm sorry, this is a halfling, sorry.
We'll go about cleansing and exfoliating your skin.
I got too many NPCs, sorry.
Mommy goblin? Mommy
goblin?
Mommy halfling.
So please feel free to disrobe and lower yourselves into the pool, and then there will be additional of the clay applied to your face, and it will relax, and you just gotta relax, enjoy the feeling as it will begin to solidify around your body, extracting all of the toxins and impurities, and then releasing them to be digested, and just enjoy the experience.
Is there anyone else in the room?
No, these are private.
Okay. She's gonna kind of look over at Sylvana like, this is normal. This is a normal thing that happens, right?
Yes, it's a normal part of the process. It has to deal with some kind of semi-intelligent elemental spirit that is involved in the consuming of dead and unused particles, and they've been able to control it and direct it. Sorry, you didn't actually need or care to know about any of that. Yes, this is totally normal.
I'm very interested in that, though. That's amazing.
I followed up a bit of the research onto it before trying it out myself the first time. But yes, it'll exfoliate you. It will clear up any split or dead ends on your fur, and you should be slightly more glowing, I guess, by the end of it.
Okay, well that does sound nice, but are you? They told us to she kind of gestures to the robe, everything.
Oh, I'll turn around, and
Okay.
I'll lower myself into mud first, and yes, I'll let you know once I'm inside, and then I will keep my eyes averted until you let me know that you are inside as well, also in the mud.
But I don't know if you forgot, but I think you have your gloves on too. Did you want to put those in the mud?
They're fine. I've magically treated them. And she kind of moves her hands kind of self-consciously together with the gloves, and she kind of puts them into the sleeves of her robe. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Well, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring him up. I mean, for taking things off, and then the gloves are that too. And I mean, you're not exposed if you don't take them off. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I feel very self-conscious saying this, but many years ago, I was in an accident, and my hands were affected, and so I don't really like to take my gloves off.
Oh, Sylvana, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a painful memory for you.
No, it's fine. I'm sorry then. I'm sorry I haven't ever brought it up, but yes, so that's, if it's all right, I would like to just keep them on.
Of course, whatever you're comfortable with, but just know that I'm not gonna judge you. I think you're perfect the way you are.
She kind of takes her hands out of her robe sleeves and kind of just tugs at her own robe and goes at the side of her robe and goes, and I appreciate that, Paige. It really means a lot coming from you.
Hey, we're all a team, so I mean, we have to take everyone how they are, and I don't think anyone would think anything less of, your hands. That's not who you are. That's just, I have a tail. Not everyone's got a tail, so.
And it's a beautiful tail. Your fur is absolutely shining.
Thank you. I don't really do much to do anything, but thank you.
And it's very soft. I've had it against me while we were sleeping, of course, and
sorry, it kind of has a mind of its own sometimes, so I can't.
Oh no, it's good. It's good. I really enjoy it. It's very warm and it's very soft.
I mean, if you can touch it more if you'd like. Well, I mean, it's
yeah, I would love to touch it more. Obviously another time, not now.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna take off this robe. I mean, if you want to look, I mean, you can do whatever you'd like. I'm gonna turn around.
I'm just gonna take off my robe too, and if you want to do anything, you're free to do it.
We can take them off at the same time.
Just on the count of 3. 1, 3.
You can count to 2.
I thought you said 3.
I don't know. She's like has a rope already.
Yeah,
off.
they both have it off already. And then she will briefly pause, blush, looking at you, and jump into the mud.
She like cannonballs it.
Yes, and now that you are both in the mud, the mud will begin surrounding you, and you actually the mud begins to move, and you feel 2 tendrils of the mud extend out of it.
What?
And they start just smearing the mud in a very carefully controlled way over your face. With obvious open, not over your mouth or nose or eyes, but they're just, basically painting on a coat of the purple mud that you saw out in the lobby as well. And Smoke goes, this is normal, Paige. This is totally normal. Don't worry. As I was talking about the elemental earlier, that you thought it was pretty interesting then, and this is just it in action.
It feels strange, but it's fine.
And once it is applied to your face and goes behind your neck and everything. One second. Just sorry. 1 second. Sorry. I forgot to unmute myself as I responded to a comment in my Discord. Sorry. So where I left off. So with the mud. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to that. So just because I don't remember where it was. So the mud begins to basically harden on your skin and scrubs away at it in a micro scale. You feel warmth over your whole body. Before, after a few more minutes, the mud hardens and then begins to slowly fall off. And once the mud is back into the pool, your skin is glowing and smooth and supple. All dead ends have been consumed, and the split ends have been healed and rejuvenated. Your hair is shining and very healthy and very soft. Alright, now that I've rushed through going back over the description of the mud, the halfling will enter the room and go,
I hope you enjoyed the cleansing bath. If you would just like to please re-robe, ladies, and we will take you to the final area, which will be the Arcantric cleansing ceremony. So please re-robe, and once you get outside, I will take you to the final chamber.
Savannah will look over you and be like, if you want to re-robe first, I will be looking away as you leave the mud. No counting. I'm just gonna look away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't count either. I'll just get out.
Just do it. Just get out. Just tear off the Band-Aid.
Okay, I'm not okay.
And she will just as she sees you start to move, she's just gonna snap her head like she's in a marching parade to look in the opposite direction.
Just cross out as quickly as possible. Puts the rope back on. I can't breathe.
This campaign is so fucking gay.
God. When she is dressed again, she will publicly announce that she has clothes on. So I am not looking. You can go ahead and put your clothes or put the robe back on.
Yes. Thank you for informing me about your current clothing status, Paige. I appreciate that.
Of course.
I'm getting also out of the mud now. And
Okay.
putting on my robe. Yes. So you have been thoroughly notified. No counting. I'm just going to do it. Just right out.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
All right, and she will, scurry out of the mud as well. One of the things you do notice as you get out of the mud is that, as the layers, fall off of you, there is no mud residue left over. It literally, will, start turning into beads and retracting off of your body to go back into the pool. And my robe has been donned successfully.
Hey, is it okay to look then?
Yes. You are permission to look granted.
She's gonna turn very awkwardly, stiffly.
So Ivana will be standing also very stiffly and be like, but I think it is time that we go to the final room. Yes.
Yes. Yep, indeed. Okay, we're
Mhm,
going
yes.
that way right now. Yes.
So was I. Funny that would happen.
Oh, yeah, we're going together, right? Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, we're going together. And she will walk up to you, and she will, as she stands next to you for a moment, she's not gonna look at you, but she's going to extend over and grab your hand with her hand.
Definitely take it and walk towards the room.
And as you leave the final room, the halfling is smiling at you guys as she directs you to a room which has arcane runes written all over it, and there is a high elf, complete with their for those of you who do not know, the high elves of Eberron have a kind of Mesoamerican style society, and have literally undead ancestors that walk around, and so death is very much a close part of their lives, and so many of them like to paint their faces in kind of a Dia de Muertos style, where they do kind of a skull motif as an honor to one or more of their ancestors. So there is a high elf with that kind of makeup standing in the white robes and white tunic. Welcome. I'm glad you came to the final room. I was informed that you had purchased the Arcanist package, and so our final step is going to be cleansing your pathways of any residual arcane energy that might have built up in your systems. Does that sound acceptable?
It sounds wonderful. Yes, I'm excited for it. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right, I'm going to have you lay down on these tables. Please put this towel on over your waist, and I will begin the ceremony. I hope you all have had an enjoyable experience at the spa today.
I did. Did you?
Oh, yes, it was very enjoyable. I can't say I've had a better time here. Well, I can't say I've had better company, at least.
I had a really good time for my first time, too. Thank you again so much for this. It really means a lot.
And Silvana gives you a kind of big, kind of embarrassed smile and goes, and it means a lot that you came with me.
So I'd really like to do this again sometime. Or maybe I can take you somewhere.
I would love for you to take me anywhere, Paige.
Yes, I'll think of something and I'll definitely let you know.
Oh, you two are such an adorable couple. Pardon?
Oh, not exactly. We're compatriots that we
Companions.
work together. Yes.
Close friends.
Mhm.
And the elf just kind of smiles at you two and goes, of course, my misunderstanding, I'm sorry. Alright, now that you are laid down, I'm going to begin the incantations. I want you to know that this will feel very intense at first, but that's simply the concentration of your energies prior to release. So please just remain calm. I will take absolute care of you. This is 100% safe. And she starts speaking in Elven arcane language. And there you see a series of all of the runes in the room begin to glow, tracing pathways to your two tables. And then a series of like golden spikes with glowing arcane runes lift off of a nearby table and begin floating over your guys' backs. He goes, all right, I'm going to be starting with the most intense point. I just want you to know that it's totally fine. This is going to feel very intense, but it is so safe, and you're going to feel so much better after. And you feel a very sharp pricking sensation at like the base of your neck, Paige. And then you feel like it's almost like a pool of pain centered around that point, as if it was coming from your head and shoulders, and then concentrating right at the tip of this spike, digging into your back. It's okay. Just breathe. You must cast a lot of magecraft, and you have built up a lot of magical, not going to say toxins, but magical residue within your system. This is just concentrating it, and then it will be extracting it and releasing it. And then you feel a second and third prick into each of your arms, and that same sensation, before a fourth prick into your lower back, 2 more into your legs, and then you see the runes of the room begin to pulse as the arcane energy surges out of these rods and into the magical lattice of the room itself, and you feel like pounds lighter as all of this energy is being pulled out of you. And you feel like it wasn't until it was gone that you realized like there was a bit of a latency to your movements, an ever so slight delay, as if your limbs were heavier and your vision was a little duller than it is right now, as the energy is extracted and pulled forth and then sinks into the ritual circle. And then you feel the pricks in your various limbs and spine no longer feel like any pain, and they simply extract themselves from your body, float above you, and go back to the table in the center of the room. And as the elf looks down at you, Paige, and goes, how do you feel?
Gosh, I've never felt anything like that. I feel lighter.
I hope you feel lighter. There was a bit of arcane residue in your system, but we've gone through and done a full flush and cleansing of you. You should feel much lighter, more fluid, more languid in your actions, and you will have an increased capacity to be able to handle more in the future with minimal discomfort.
Thank you so much. Wow, I didn't know anyone could actually do something like that.
Oh, mistress, there are so many things that modern magecraft can do to make our lives better.
It seemed. Thank you.
We live
How are
to
you
serve.
feeling, Sylvana?
Oh, God, by the host, that feels good.
I'm glad you does feel good.
I'm sorry, it's been years since I've had that done. I didn't realize how much it built up.
Yes, I feel 10 times later that I could take on anything right now.
Well, hopefully you don't have to take on too much.
No, at least not right now.
The elf smiles and goes, well, I think the only thing you two have left to take on is a bit more relaxation before you finish your package's time. So if you would like to re-robe and proceed out to the next room, there'll be some drinks out on the balcony, and you can enjoy our temperature-controlled balcony experience.
Yeah, shall we?
And she bows and goes, we live to serve. Enjoy. And yeah, as you guys re-robe and head out, you get to see a beautiful balcony on the middle towers that actually looks out not into Sharn itself, but rather out into the landscape around Sharn. So you get to see the very precipitous drop out of your balcony into the naturescape of the area around it. But for somebody from Sharn itself, it is, and especially from the lower districts, it's very strange to be in this position to actually look at perhaps how the outside looks at Sharn itself. And there is some more cucumber water as well as some light vegetables to snack on.
She's kind of just peering over the edge a little bit wordlessly. Kind of taking it in. I never knew Sharn could look this pretty.
It's unfortunate you haven't had an opportunity to see it. I can tell you that despite its faults, there are a lot of parts of this city that can be virtually wondrous to gaze upon.
I wanted so badly to leave, but I mean, I'm very grateful that I did, so I wouldn't change the circumstances, but it's nice to see it in a new light. Give it a realize why I called it home.
Yeah. As you look out, Savannah is just kind of leaning against the railing and just kind of got like one hand under her chin or under her cheek as she looks at you and goes, hopefully you'll have plenty of opportunities to see all of the delights of this city as well as so much more beyond it.
She's gonna kind of walk over a little bit closer and kind of lean onto her shoulder. I am seeing a lot of really beautiful things today, you know?
Bonnie kind of blushes and smiles and goes, I can say the same. I haven't seen anything quite so beautiful I don't think, in my life.
We've gotten to know each other a little bit today, at least more than what I've seen of others.
Yeah, it's with the way that everything has been going, I love everyone in the group and who's taken me in, but I have to say that it's been a specific delight to see you, just you.
Gosh, I don't know what to say. That's so sweet of you. It's been so wonderful to meet you, and I'm so glad that, I was able to help you, and that you're still with us, and I hope you can be for a long time, because I really care about you, and I want to make sure you're okay.
I really care about you too, and I hope to stand by you through anything that you may face. And we're a team after all, and you've been so kind to me, and I would do anything to make it up to you.
Please, you've done so much already. Just even this is plenty. So I'm just grateful that we get to spend this time together.
And perhaps we can have more time together in the future. Just the two of us.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
I'm sorry that earlier I just said we were just companions. I don't really feel like that word does justice to how I feel.
Oh, acquaintances? Would that be better?
No, well, maybe if that's how you feel,
But no, I really do consider you a friend, a very, very good friend.
and, I view you as a really good friend as well. Maybe like very, very good friend, and I hope that I get to continue to share so much with you. And we can be really great friends.
Yeah. Friends, yes. Friends that are girlfriends, but because we're friends, so girlfriends, like.
Yes, we are female friends who sleep together and adventure together and go on spa dates together. Just really good female friends. She seems very pained saying this.
Hey, yeah.
Well, that's us. Looks like maybe our time here is coming to a close. Thank you. Thank you for coming out with me, Paige. I can't wait to do it again.
Buy you something to eat. I'm sure. I mean, these vegetables are nice, but I'm sure you'd like something more sustainable. If maybe we don't have to go back right away. I think we still have some time before everyone leaves.
Are you sure you want to go out to eat, just you and I?
Yeah. too. I'd be sad if it ended so soon.
Then, yeah, yes, of course. Let's get dressed and let's go find something to eat.
Hey, it'll be my treat.
I look forward to it. And with that, you guys can go back to the changing room, get on your clothes, and get ready to leave the golden morning. And the halfling will say,
I hope you found your experience with us enjoyable, and I hope you have a wonderful time until you grace our doors again.
Thank you so much. We had a great time.
yes, thank you. I'll be sure to come by again. And with that, you guys will leave and go grab some dinner. Or go grab some lunch. Savannah is a lot quieter during lunch. Like, she still chats, but she definitely seems like there's a lot on her mind right now.
Oh no. We don't have to do it since I know everyone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
No,
But
you can do it. I say with
No,
my
that-
popcorn still out.
I mean,
No,
holy
no.
shit, Paige! I thought you were the sweet one. You would just like
No,
you
that-
were
that
so
was sweet.
savage.
That was sweet. That was sweet. That was so sweet. It broke my heart and my teeth.
But
So yes, we are the greatest friends.
Oh,
Give it time. Give it time. They don't know yet.
Yeah.
All right, shush, shush.
Well,
I
one of
can't
them
leave-
apparently knows.
We're literally at quest 4. Hold on. Let the audience make more crack chips. All right.
During your lunch, though, you do receive a arcanogram page as a clockwork bird appears in next to you, which you recognize this bird as relating to your professor.
Okay. She's gonna take whatever is given to her.
The bird transforms into a caps lock printed letter from your professor saying, "I saw you on the screens for the arena. I guess you're back in town. I guess it's time for you to deliver your presentation about your work study today."
Oh dear. Oh, I don't know if I'm prepared for this. Oh goodness.
What is it?
My professor. I have something due today.
Today?
Apparently, yes. It says today.
What do you have to do? Where do you have to go?
I have to go to the school.
I'm sorry for taking so much of your morning. Please,
No.
you feel free to go to the school. It sounds like you're very wanted. I'll just be back at the hotel. If anything happens, I'm sure you can send a sending or something.
I can do that. Okay.
All right. Well, I hope everything goes well with your professor, and I'm sorry for wasting so much of your day when you had schoolwork to do.
You weren't wasting it at all.
I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
Sorry. I'm just acting a little foolish. Good luck with whatever is required of you. I know you can do it.
Okay. No. We can get our food to go or something.
I'm not really very much hungrier right now. But she will kind of come over and give you a bit of an awkward hug. But thank you so much for buying me lunch.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll see you back at the hotel then.
Yes, of course. I'll see you back at the hotel then. She gives you a nice pained smile as she'll head off.
Her ears kind of fall back as she turns to leave, and she's has a look of genuine confusion over her face and kind of hurt almost. She's not quite processing what's happening at the moment.
But yeah, with that, do you head up to Moorgrave?
Yeah, she'll kind of gather her things kind of hastily and start to head over there.
Okay. As you get to the school itself, the massive, sprawling fantasy campus that is Moorgrave University in Sharn, once you get through the doors, you are greeted with one of the many arcane intelligences that occupy the school grounds as resources and guides, and it appears next to you and goes, welcome back, student Page. You are being requested by the Professor of Chronothergy for immediate presentation.
It's fine. Do we do everybody else's stuff first? I feel bad taking up so much time.
Well, if it makes you feel better, the next thing up is Cess talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait,
This is the last thing in Sharn is your presentation and then Cess talking to you.
Well, I know that
Wait.
Seth was doing...
Wait.
Yeah.
That's on the train ride back, right?
I don't know if you want to do that. Oh yeah, you were going to do it on the train right back, yeah.
Yeah, what
So-
about the others who were in the dojo?
I was assuming that...
Is that just hand waved? My bad.
Yeah. Sorry, it
I
was
was
because nobody else had given me specific things prior, so those are all hand waved as passive activities for the day.
And I could roll performance
Sorry,
from all the shows that I want to do today.
Sure, roll performance.
Is anyone passing through the market that might, in the party that might see this, by the way?
Well, it would only be Cess.
Alright, well, Cess, if you do come to the market, you would walk in right on the scene as Paint tries to do a very romantic scene between the Oni and the druid that he showed before on the poster, where they're all coming close and about to kiss before a weasel jumps into the other one's hair, ruining the moment in a very comedic fashion.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Litro, and Paint. If you see says she is covered in stuff she's gotten from local attractions, and she's got a look on her face you do not want to approach her right now. You absolutely do not want to approach her right now.
Paint was probably too distracted with the show, but I'm saying you might see this if you walk through the market. But yeah, that's 24 performance check.
All right, yeah, you do an incredible job. Testing out your scenes. People definitely come by and enjoy it. There definitely
a sign out that says tickets for sale. All proceeds go to donations. Charity.
Yeah, I don't know. You're in like 25 gold from random passerbyers. For charity specifically. This is not for your spending money.
Noted.
Yeah, so I guess we will before Paige will deliver her totally wearing pants, not a dream presentation in class. We will have briefly go back to the dojo where Fru and Jubilee are sparring under Kai-Shen's supervision.
Yeah, so I imagine it's kind of just getting started. Hey, Jubilee, how you looking? How you vibing as you're getting ready?
She looks kind of deadpan, kind of serious. You know, like I said, she's kind of back into business mode. Not like the sort of cheerful, giggly energy that she had the previous night.
Mm. And so Fruhling would kind of just speak up and just be like, so, how is it that you usually practice? I can't imagine that you get a chance to fight against an archer very often.
No, not usually. I usually, spar with my sister or my dad. They have a sort of similar fighting style, so this should be this will be good practice for me.
Block very many bolts in your time?
A few.
A few? Okay, very good, very good. Now, I don't exactly want to hurt you, but I don't exactly have very many options, if you know what I mean, in terms of simulating the fight in a way that would not be potentially dangerous to you. So I must get your permission first, that is okay. Of course, you're welcome to do the same back to me. If you want to use a wooden sword or anything like that, feel free to.
Jubilee is going to cast a look over at Kai Shen, particularly because of the conversation that they had earlier this morning, and look back at Fru and just say, I want you to come at me with everything you got. And I will do the same.
Got a little bit of a fire in your heart this morning. Very good.
Ashen will give you a thin smile.
Now, here's the thing. Shields up. And Fru is going to basically just fire a bolt directly into the shield. And just see what happens. See what your reaction is.
I guess if you're intentionally firing at the shield, she wouldn't have too much of a reaction, like physically, like her feet are firmly planted and she was kind of bracing for impact, but looks a little confused as to why you would intentionally aim for the shield.
Now, 2 more times, and then we'll aim one at the shield and aim one like diagonal opposite to it. And you can feel free to flavor this however you want towards how Jubilee does it. I don't need rolls or anything.
I mean, she would quite frankly shield wall it, like just take the hits, and just look at you like, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm here. The shield's here. You might have to shoot a little better than that to hit me.
I know. And they're going to just another simple shot directly at you. Still adhering to that, but they're going to, in flavor of combat, they're going to bonus action teleport directly behind you and put the hand crossbow to your head. And say, got you.
Yeah, I should say you do.
Now,
how did you do that?
You see, this is the lesson I wish to impart on you, my dear. The world does not fight fair. I do not fight fair. I can back up and fire at you some more and go right behind you and shoot you in the back of the head. And boom, there you are. It's all done.
So, you're saying I shouldn't fight fair either?
Well, exactly. Darling, you cannot simply just go through life fighting as you were taught, fighting as they want you to fight, and think that the people that you're trying to beat and trying to kill and trying to win over will be okay with just shields up, here we go, let's fight against each other. It's not that simple in the world.
I mean, that's fine for you to say. I mean, you can take chances like those. You have abilities that can let you take those chances. I can't take too many chances. It's my task. Be dependable.
Do not exactly like to use this, but you know, the saying of the best offense or the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
I would imagine that one of your teachers may have told you that in different ways. Bodyguarding, after all, is not all about protection.
Yeah, but if I get too carried away, that exposes what's precious.
What is precious to you, dear?
My friends, I guess. I don't...
But you're not sure. There's something else getting in the way.
I'm just a little distracted. That's all. I'm just a little off my game, but it won't happen again.
I know it won't, darling. I can tell by the way that you fight that you're not satisfied. And in a way, that is one of the best states you can be in order to help yourself improve. I would be glad to just fight along with you and just kind of go back and forth and make everything work, if that would help you. But I think you generally know what you're doing, yet you don't exactly believe in yourself.
Everyone depends on me, and that's enough. It's enough for me.
Prue quirks a little eyebrow, just stares at Juby for a bit and just says, "Is that what you want? Why are you here anyways? If you're a protector or a bodyguard, usually bodyguards don't work for multiple people, and they all view you as an equal."
Oh, well, it seems that... Can I be honest with
Oh,
you, Fru? I
Of
mean,
course.
I know you're the newcomer and everything, so... I mean, quite frankly, you should be the last person I'm saying this to, but... I mean, especially since I haven't even really brought this up to the others, but...
I can promise you that my lips are sealed. What reason do I have to spread any sort of rumors or deception about you?
I don't know. You might like a touch of gossip, but...
You might think
I
so, but
trust...
it is not true. It is not true. I promise you.
I trust you keep things professional.
I do, that's correct.
I must not be a very good bodyguard after all, because I was dismissed.
Did you fail?
I must have, in some regard.
You must have. That doesn't seem to make very much sense.
It didn't make a lot of sense to me either at the time. But I can only come to the conclusion that I wasn't the right fit and my services were no longer required.
You don't sound satisfied. Are you satisfied here with these people?
I wasn't at first. I kept thinking about how to prove myself so I could go back. Maybe they'd take me back, but...
You want to go back to them?
The part of me still does. It's something familiar. But I can't just leave. Not now.
Well, no matter what you may think, even if you do happen to go down in a fight, everyone survived. Could you maybe have done a little bit more here and there? Yes, absolutely. But so could we all have. And I don't think you should hold yourself to that level of... that level of blaming yourself. I went down twice in the fight, you know? Do you think I did poorly in the fight?
Well, I'll say one thing I got going for me is that I didn't turn into a potted plant.
You know, that was a bit of a new one, I must say. I was not exactly prepared to be turned into a potted plant. It was very strange. Like, one moment where I was just getting focused, getting ready for the kill, and then the next...
You were rooted in place?
Rooted in place? Okay, that is very funny. When did you get a funny bone?
It seemed an accurate synopsis of your current state at the time.
It is good, it is good. See, it's all in a jest, it's all in good fun. Juby, you take these things too seriously. It is life or death, but winning and losing, succeeding or failing, we did succeed, and you were a big part of that. I don't want you to be thinking that you failed us just because you went down. Everyone went down for the most part. It was an unfair fight, Kai Shenyo, I'm sure agrees.
Oh yes, it was very leveled against you. I had every advantage. Thankfully, you all seem to be smarter than your first looks.
Thanks, I guess.
For him, that's pretty good, I would say.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I may I may not have been good enough for my last job, but I want to be good enough for this one.
That's all you can do sometimes. Just be better next time. Juby, you opened up your heart to me a little bit. Allow me to do the same. I have 2 siblings, as I may or may not have told you. But
I have 4.
4?
Hmm.
Well, my siblings and I come from the same mother, but take our times through all different walks of life. And I do not know exactly what it is that they're up to at any given moment. But I trust that they're doing their best, because they are strong workers and very near and dear to me. I trained with them as well. But what I'm trying to say here is this. We didn't start being elite or anything. You don't have to either. How long have you been doing this? Officially, I should say.
Well, if you count training, ever since I was big enough to hold up a sword.
No. Actually, practically out in the field.
5-6 years?
Darling, I've been out here for well over 30. And your abilities are closer to mine than I think you give yourself credit for.
Yeah, but that just means I still got a long way to go.
As do we all, my dear. Oh, come on. Swing that sword of yours.
I hope you can take a hit.
You know, that sword is pretty scary, but I think I can take a hit or two, and I won't be afraid this time to properly get some bolts into your armor. Or in between the kinks.
Well, you are welcome to try.
Very well. Let us truly begin here. And I will call it there if you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so I imagine we just kind of spar for a while, get each other nice and bloody, all that good stuff.
Alrighty. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so yeah, you guys continue sparring. Cess, do you want any last notes on the streets of Sharn? The mean streets?
No, I'll just meet them back at the hotel.
Okay.
I got some to at least make this worthwhile. Don't worry.
Okay. Believe. Okay, Yulia is back. So, looks like Paige's presentation will be the last thing of the official last day in Sharn before you guys return to Greywall. So, with that, Paige, you are back. You are going to your professor's office. You see all manner of students. Everybody who sees you as a student, like, starts whispering and stuff as they look at you. But, like, it looks to be, like, a lot of people, like, is that her? Was she the one who fought in the arena? Like, I can't believe she won by the host. That was amazing. And she's just a student? And you will eventually arrive at your professor's office. And the door is currently closed.
Okay. She was very nervous walking through there, obviously. She usually is not known to getting a lot of attention at school. So when she arrives to the door, she'll take a moment to kind of compose herself and knocks on it.
Come in, come in, come in!
Oh, yes, she'll go ahead and peek her head in. Professor Elmadon, you summoned me?
And as you go in, you see that you see a rather disheveled-looking elven woman wearing professor robes with all manners of arcane doodads throughout her office, and including several crystal matrices which depict images of arcane formula, as well as there is an image of instantly repeating itself of you entering the office and you entering the office with her not in it, you not opening the door and walking away, and all of these just cycling through on one of the crystals. I see you got my letter!
I did, yes, and I came as soon as I got it.
And she will walk backwards 10 steps before turning 3 times around, look at you, and she goes, I see you are back in Sharn!
I am, yes, and I should have come to you first. I am so sorry about that. We had a job here, so I returned us, and I'm here now. Oh, I hope everything's been okay.
It is very unfortunate that in this version, you did not see it fit to tell your loving and supportive professor you were back in Sharn.
Yes, I am so sorry.
I liked the other versions of you so much more. They were so much more respectable.
Yes, I'm so sorry. It was such a mistake. I should have come to you first.
Competing in the Arcane Arena? What are you? Do you think your dear, beloved professor, academic genius that she is, does not pay attention to the comings and goings of the city in which she resides?
No, you are always observant, Professor Elamore. Elmadon, I'm sorry.
You think in this version you can forget my name?
No.
Has your time outside of the classroom so addled your brain?
Of course not. If anything, I feel like I've gotten a lot better. The fieldwork has helped a lot.
She will lean in and give you a big smile and be like, oh, so you've gotten so much better. How wonderful to hear. I'm sure then you will be more than amply prepared, I'm sure, based on all of the improvisation that you've had to practice out on your adventures for your presentation in the next 5 minutes.
I left my books at home.
Oh, they shouldn't be necessary for our fantastic, wayward mage. Somebody who can so aptly approach so many diverse situations and antagonize so many actors in such a limited space of time.
Quite certainly, yes, and I owe all my knowledge to you, so...
Ah, well, I am the mistress of antagonization. Ha 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 ha!
Okay, well, I'll be sure to do my best. I'll make you proud in this timeline.
I should hope so. The previous version of this you did not fare too well, so hopefully you've learned from the mistakes you've yet to experience.
Of course, yes. I'll do my best.
All right, then I shall take you to the various members of the work-study faculty to present your tales of what you have learned specifically about Arcana, and what has your travels and travails enlightened you about such.
Yes, I'm ready.
Why are you still standing here?
Oh, yes, okay, yes. Professor, thank you. She starts walking.
And she continues to keep pace with you, walking backwards before realizing she's walking backwards and turning 3 times and then walking forwards again.
Trying to pump herself up by like whispering to herself, like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this.
You should know that I am at least pleased to see that you are still intact, and by loaning you out to that dastardly directorate, that they have seen no harm come to you. I should be honored by myself to know that I've trained you so well.
You have. It's only from what I've learned here that I was able to stand on my 2 feet and help contribute a lot. I owe a lot of that to you.
Of course. Hopefully soon you will come into your own temporal senses and will be able to read the skeins of the timeline.
What I really hope to do. I feel like I'm getting closer.
Indeed. And she gets before a big set of double doors and goes, "All right, I shall open them for you, and you can proceed to the front. I'm sure that merely speaking in front of but 20 faculty and associated students should be easily conquerable for somebody who performed aboard in front of thousands."
Go back. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Of course. She'll, like, go towards the position that she has to go in, like, taking deep breaths, and her tail, like, stuck in between her legs.
You, as you enter, there's about 20 faculty of the various arcane departments, as well as another 20 or so students of about your age, all manners of magical disciplines represented. You also see one of the faculty members who you've not taken one of their electives before, but you know of them, which is Professor Somerset, who is an Eladrin and is particularly an expert in the Fey Wilds and planar cosmology related to how the wilds interfaces with reality in the outer planes. And she is just sitting there watching as her hair constantly shifts between the 4 seasons, like literally becomes green leaves turning into like green grass into autumn leaves, and then finally a bunch of gnarled leaveless branches.
That is so cool.
And as you stand there in front of everybody, how long do you wait before you start talking?
She's probably gonna take a few, like, not a whole minute, but just a moment to kind of shift her eyes around to get a look at everyone that's there.
Mm-hmm.
But as she kind of looks over to her books and her wizard journal, she kind of straightens up a little bit more. Okay, you know this stuff. Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to show what I've learned here at this very prestigious university. And she'll bow.
You see murmuring from the assembled faculty. Before one of the faculty members stands up, a rather aged dwarf with a long silver beard that is wrapped around his waist in various braids, forming both a belt and sash and beard. You know that he is the professor of abjuration and is also the head of the work study program. And
oh yes, Miss Page, I believe that it is time you enlighten us about what you have learned about the nature of the arcane, and what was not able to be presented to you while being a student at this most esteemed establishment.
my travels, I've learned many things, and I've experienced a whole lot. And you see her stature kind of straighten up a little bit more. She's very familiar with this environment, so she seems a little bit more comfortable speaking out loud, and even her tail unfurls just a little bit. I'd like to demonstrate something that I've learned. No one close by, right?
No, there is not anybody in immediate. You probably got a good 10 feet between you and the nearest seats.
All right. So, what she is going to do is she is going to, at 3rd level, cast a chromatic orb just a little bit in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be she's going to use the lightning damage from it and strike in front of her. But as she's casting the spell and the lightning starts to form and nearly strike, that's when she's going to go ahead and cast the chronal shift to change the chromatic orb entirely.
Okay.
So as it starts to form the thunder, and you see the almost the shape of it before it strikes down completely, she throws her arms out and it almost stops in midair. And you see like time slowly shift around it until it completely dissolves, and then fire just erupts from the space that it was in previously to kind of form a small spot in front of her until it just dissipates altogether as she just allows the fire to just die away on its own.
Excellent control! Seems that you've at least advanced in your capabilities to use your unorthodox wizardry.
As he gives an eye over at your professor, who gives him a big toothy smile back.
Now, we all understand the nature of evocation, but it is intriguing to see how you can stymie such things by wielding your particular talents. Harumph. Well, Professor Maybury of the Evocation Department, do you have any comments about this?
A little gnome pops up.
Goes, yes, so, Miss Page, I see that you have at least continued some dedication to evocation. How do you find that your manifestations have been affected in your travels? Do you find that certain impacts more thoroughly infect your environments? Have you implemented any of the self-defense procedures we have taught you? Or please elaborate.
I've never really used much of my spells outside of the classroom, and even then it was not as much of a big scale as this, but during my travels I've learned that that I'm more focused and am able to harness more of the magic when I'm out protecting people. I found that that's been my reason for the spells that I've done, and I'm sorry, what was the second part of the question?
Have you been able to use any of the self-defense spells we've taught you, and how have they come into play?
Yes, if you had seen the broadcast, I've been able to use a couple of mechanisms in order to prevent any physical damage, at least a little bit. She'll go ahead and press her hand up against her chest and go ahead and cast Mage Armor. And I have an ability to block some attacks as well, and she'll go ahead and permeate the shield in front of her as well.
Excellent, excellent. That'll be all from the Department of Evocation.
And you see a big half-orc female wizard stands up with armored plates on her robes. Professor Kargath, Department of War Wizardry. We saw you in the arena as you've fought against those foes in the last round. We saw the people died after. Have you used any of what has been taught to you to kill another sentient life?
Kind of pauses for a moment and looks down. I have. It happened very early on. I didn't quite know at first what was going on and how my magic would truly affect another human life. But in the end, I know that it was in self-defense. And it was a way to protect myself and to protect others. I know that outside of these walls, it's not as kind. But I felt, and I know that I did what had to be done. But I will spend the rest of my life making up for it.
Yeah. Half-orc nods in approval as you hear more murmuring amongst the mages in the crowd.
Yes, it is unfortunate that you were placed in such a position, Miss Page, but I assure you that the university is pleased to see that you are aware of the full ethical ramifications of your actions. Never lose sight of that. You wield tremendous powers as well as the honor of this very establishment. And you will always have this burden to bear.
Yes, I know, and I will not take any of that for granted. I will not take my life for granted. And make sure that the life that I took will not be in vain.
The half-orc goes, "No further questions from Department of War Wizardry." A tiefling will stand up. It's a female tiefling with the purple skin and spiral style horns, and she stands up and goes, yes, this is Avarice from the Department of Illusion. I think really the last question that will probably come up for this, because I know we're running low on time, is, have you encountered any other arcane practitioners in your travels? And if so, what have you learned about the arcane from them?
I've run into quite a few, actually. Those that I've unfortunately lost along the way. I met with a wonderful sorcerer who, though our magic comes from different places, we're still connected in some way. And they taught me to try to find the true meaning of what's behind my spells and why I decided to become a wizard. I've learned that it's not just the books, but it's the lives that you affect and how you affect them, and how you can grow as a person from that. Learn that I know that I can make a difference, and that I can help people with what I know. And I know that I want to continue doing that. Not only helping my family, but my friends too. Magic can do such wonderful things, and I hope to make that imprint on the world too.
Thank you, Paige. I'm so sorry for your loss. But thank you for your answer. It was most enlightening. No further questions from the Department of Illusion.
Well, in light of your procedural answers here, and I think that it's safe to say that your continued participation in the work-study program will be extended for the foreseeable future. We will be we will be sure to summon you back to Sharn again to ensure that you are keeping up to our standards and that you are reflecting on your adventures. This is not simply for you to acquire whatever wealth you may be receiving. It is about learning. It's about education in the pursuit of knowledge. So keep that in mind and keep up the good work, little girl. Keep up the good work.
Yes, I will. Thank you for the opportunity. I promise I won't squander it.
Excellent. Well, I believe we have a few other students to address, but you may be dismissed, Miss Page. May the host watch over you in your travels, and you know that we are all looking upon your back quite favorably, and we are all cheering for you from quite afar.
Thank you so much. She bows really lowly, bows a couple of times, and walking backwards and bowing, thank you.
All right, next up.
And with that, your professor will smile at you and gesture for the door, and she gets up as well. And when you get outside, she'll give you a big hug.
Was that all right?
You did a wonderful job, Paige. Wonderful job. I'm glad that I was such an amazing teacher for you, but I'm also glad to see that you've done so much with my instructions.
You wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad it went well.
Of course it went well. You're one of my students. And certainly my most capable one. You're also the only one, but that's aside from the point.
Yes, it is a rather small.
Don't worry. In the next version, there will be a significantly larger class, but that yet remains to be seen or truly decided.
Right, of course. Time is a weird soup.
You remembered lesson number 1. Temporal soup, the very principle of existence.
Yes, of course. I have it in my notes.
Wonderful. Well, do you have any remaining questions for me? I know that there's so much more I wish I could be teaching you, but alas, I know that you have many requirements amongst the things the directorate gives you? Have they been feeding you enough?
Of course, they've been feeding me plenty. I've never gotten this pampered before in my life, but I'd like to know, any further advice? Anything you'd like to bestow upon me? I'd love to carry that with me on my travels.
Possibly in the brief time that I'm being presented, the most important thing I would say to keep watch for is when you begin experiencing temporal dissonance. Perhaps you might view somebody and you might receive echoes of their versions in the past. This is a sign that you are getting a connection to your temporal vision. It can be difficult to handle.
Temporal vision? No, I think I've experienced it before. Wait, could you elaborate?
They say it's unique to everyone, but it is generally considered that you are reflecting on a particular point of temporal dissonance within the timeline, or at least a given timeline. And because of that, you are experiencing feedback from the past while entering the future. You might experience some kind of disorientation associated with it, headaches, vertigo, as well as visions to things that have already happened or potentially happened in a different timeline.
Looking on the past. I see. I guess that would make a little bit of sense. But I wouldn't be able to differentiate the timeline, would I?
When you are in the moment, it will seem incredibly overwhelming. You will have to maintain focus and willpower to anchor yourself, perhaps having something from which you can focus on intellectually to anchor yourself amongst the present so you do not get lost in the past would be advisable.
An arcane focus. I can do that.
She kind of gestures her hand dismissively. Oh, it's not simply so mechanical as an arcane focus. It could just be an objective focus. And she reaches into her robes and she takes out a broken clock. And it is set to 6 and 12.
Is there sort of any significance with that clock?
Yes, it broke the very first time I cast my first chronothological spell. Ever since, I use it as my focus to anchor me to the present to show that I am no longer in the past.
I'm sure I have an item like that. Okay, thank you.
Just be careful. If you get too close to your temporal vision and you are not controlling it properly, you can experience an incredible amount of temporal feedback in the form of kind of a synergistic pain or suffering from experiences happened by whatever is causing the instance to occur in the first place. This is why it is important to stay focused. However, if you happen to continue to train yourself, you may even be able to potentially reach into the past to draw upon strengths, tools, or destructive capabilities for the present with their particular resonance points.
Right then. I'll do what I can, and I'll train as hard as I can. I think that would be able to help me out. Thank you, Professor.
Of course, Paige, of course. If it makes you feel better, there's been at least 3 versions so far in which you've returned for your second session.
Good to know. Then I will definitely be back to see you.
And she gives you a hug and she goes, in time.
Yes, in time.
No. Just as a matter of curiosity, because I know you've been traveling around with your no-good sister, have you happened to speak to her instructor lately?
Actually, we did. Have you two been doing well at talking?
Doing well? What do you be doing well as if I would deign to spend my free time not exploring the secrets of the arcane, but rather dallying with some gruff Neanderthal of a Durgar?
Yes, but he is rather charming, no?
In an animalistic sort of way, I guess much like a dog may appear charming and jovial when it brought to heel.
Perhaps, but you do seem to have a sort of, something.
Well, we are both bound by having to take care of you girls. If I was left to my own devices, I'm sure I would have done a better job raising Cess and put her on the right path.
I assure you, Cess is doing wonderful. She's helped me out a lot on this adventure, and I couldn't ask for a better sister.
Well, I'm glad to hear she's serving you well as doing well herself. Be sure to tell her when you see her not to look behind the third door.
The third door?
Indeed, it's very unfortunate when she does.
Oh, okay. I'll let her know.
Or maybe it's the second door. It's so hard to tell.
The third or the second?
Or potentially the first. But all of these options are potentially disastrous, so be sure to follow all of them.
Okay, no doors for Cess. Understandable.
I did not say that. Perhaps the fourth door was actually the key to success.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I will watch her back then. I'll make sure she's okay.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Never remember, and always remember, don't touch that third, second, or first door, depending on the situation and depending on the particular timeline she may fall herself in.
Well, I will make sure she knows. Thank you.
And safe travels, Paige. Don't make yourself a stranger. I have so much to teach you, and I do want to take you to my home to perhaps have some wine and discuss in greater details your learnings.
Would love that, yes. I know we're leaving today, though, but I promise I will be back. I mean, it's... Or at least one part of me.
Potentially. And she smiles.
Thank you again. I'll be back soon, I promise.
Stay safe, Paige. Stay safe.
She's gonna go and give her one more big hug.
Gives her a big hug, too. Have her hit the road.
All right, she's going.
Okay. As Paige returns to the hotel, eventually, Cess will see Silvana slink back to the hotel, looking pretty down. Paint, you finish up your rounds. Feel pretty good for yourself. Made 25 gold. Nice chunk of change for the kids. And you all can reconvene with a much sweatier team of Jubilee, Fru, and Kai Shen. And much later, you will have the return of Paige. Is there anything anybody wants to say to each other before Paige shows up?
Just making sure. You said an extra 12 gold?
No, I said that just the total of the 25 gold that you earned.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't want to get it wrong.
Yeah. So, anybody want to say anything to each other before... Yeah.
Cess is standing in the main room, covered head to toe in tacky souvenir gear from local museums, Disneyland. Like she's in a floral shirt and sunglasses, like a big duck hat or something, like the equivalent of Sharn's Disneyland, with like her luggages packed and like a pile of souvenirs, and she's just staring at everyone walking in the door, not saying anything.
Looking stylish.
She is not saying anything. She is staring. She is waiting for everyone to come home first.
I love your hat.
Yes, you look very remarkable, Cess. I'm gonna go pack my things. Yeah.
Oh, did you finish all your errands for the day?
What'd you say?
Did you finish all your errands for the day?
Who are you talking to, Savada?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I did almost everything I wanted. But we will. I'm gonna go
Well,
pack
if
my
you're
things.
still behind on your work, I'd be glad to help you in whatever that is.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go pack my things. I'll see you guys in the lobby.
Oh, poor girl. Turn to Cess. I really hope she doesn't overwork herself.
He's staring. Just staring.
Uh, eventually, Paige will come through the doors as everybody is assembled with their luggage and stuff in various states of downtrodden or not downtrodden.
So sorry I'm late, everyone. I hope I'm not too late. Is everyone okay?
No, we're fine. I think we're just about to head out. Everything okay?
Yes. I just met up with my professor and had an impromptu thing that I kind of forgot, but everything's all right. She kind of looks over like, it says you look like you had a big day today.
I got souvenirs for everyone back in Greywall, and then she's gonna take her luggage and exit the room. I'll see you all downstairs.
I thought you didn't like all the tourist spots. You told us not to go to those.
She doesn't respond. You just hear the squeak of her duck's shoes. So angry, but so silly.
The silliest of angry. Yep.
No, I feel cheated. I wanted to go to Duck World.
Maybe next time. Let's all head to the train. I packed your things, Paige, so they're all right here.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that.
It's not a big deal. I'm just happy to help. I'm glad everything went well with your professor.
It did. It really did. Thank you for that. We can start heading out. I think Cess might need some help carrying these things.
Sure, I'll go help her.
Oh, that's all right. I can go help her. You I'll take my things.
Okay. All right, everybody. Let's go. Back to Greywall.
Are you alright?
I'm super fine. Kaishen will.
Turns to Jubilee and whispers, I don't think they did errands today.
No, I reckon they didn't.
Kaishen will lead into Fru and go, she is not super fine.
Oh, that's very obvious, Kai.
And with that, you guys can head to the train station. After a little bit, the lighting rail will pull up. You guys will get back into your business class area, and you can hunker down for the day and a half ride back. Savannah's gonna be quiet. She's just gonna be reading a lot. I believe next up, while you guys are riding back, Cess, you wish to have a conversation.
At some point during the train ride, if I could be alone with Paige, I don't know if we're just walking down the hallway at some point and come across each other or something.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh. Hey, sis, everything good? Know a lot happened the past couple of days. Sylvana told me you saw your professor and all that.
Yeah, it was a lot, but I hardly saw you. What were you doing? I don't normally.
Well, I mean, you saw me at the disco, and we were in the arena together. We were together for most of the trip.
Yes, I suppose I guess just the last day. I mean, that's good. That everything was fine.
last day? What last day are you talking about? We all spent the time together all the way up to the end, right? Now, no longer anger. We are in denial.
Oof.
Well, I mean, Silvana and I, we went out for a little bit, and then I met up with my professor, and both of those things really took up most of the day. And you were in that duck ad. You hate those things, Sess.
I don't hate them. I just figured it was a fun thing for us to do on the last day, so I got some things, and I figured the souvenirs would go over well with the people back in Greywall, because, you know, if you go to a big city, you gotta bring something back for people, right? I got a blow high for... I'm sorry, I always confuse. Is Cryotrixia the child, or is Cleotrixia the child? I'm sorry.
Cleo is the daughter.
Okay. I got a blow high for Cleotrixia. It's for those of you who don't know, a blow high is the IKEA shark. You know, I got some squeaky. Yeah, that is how you pronounce. Well, kind of. It's butchered with the accent, but yeah.
Is this where we find
Swedish
out
is
it's
hard.
a trans lamia?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying, Cess is encouraging. You know, from a young age, you gotta let them know options are open. You know, kids don't even know that girls can kiss girls. Imagine not knowing that. Imagine being able to kiss. Listen, Cess, I just wanted to check in if everything was all right. I know these past couple of days have been a little much.
I mean, they've certainly been a lot with the tournament and all of that. It's been a little crazy, but I don't think it's been bad. It's been nice going to Sharn and seeing everyone again. It kind of feels a little bittersweet to say goodbye so quickly.
Oh, that's all you're worried about? Oh, okay. I mean, we'll see him again. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we didn't really get to go back home, but...
I was thinking, I was kind of also hoping for this on the last day, but, you know, things as they next time we're back, we should go see Ma and Dad, yeah?
Yeah, we absolutely should. But are you doing okay? You seem a little funny since last night.
It's last night. Just to be clear, you're talking about after the disco, right? You have no questions regarding my behaviors that I've shown you in the past couple of days.
I mean, you have been acting just a little different, but yeah, just thought you wanted a little bit of base and Sharn, I guess, I suppose.
Age, to put a quick point in it, I mean, you know, I didn't I mean, obviously I slept in, but there was still a whole day, you know, while you were at school, and, you know, after high school was over, stuff happened. I mean, even during high school, you know, I wasn't exactly always around, didn't exactly feel welcome at school, so I had my own things to do.
Yes, I understand that, of course, but something just, you know, feels a little different. It's, you know, that twin intuition. Feels like that you've been a little distant recently.
It's nothing. It's probably just the you know, shock of discovering so much about me. You know, it reminds me a lot of Hava. You do know what Hava is, right? Okay, out of character, Yulia, you there?
Yes. I'm like, wait, do I?
Is this something she should know?
You could ask.
What? Wait, what is it?
What is what?
Hava?
Have a nice day, Drew. Have a nice day. I'm gonna see you back in the cot, and she just walks away from the conversation.
Oh my god. I can't believe you just did that. I didn't realize Cess was infected with Bofa.
Yeah.
We're not doing that joke. She like after saying that, seeing like the shock of like we were having a serious conversation, decided to end it. On like Paige's face, says gives her a hug, and then walks back to the cart from wherever they were on the train.
All right.
Standing there with their ears down, like, what is happening today?
People are being really weird today.
Yeah.
All right. The last thing to round out the train ride back, we've got Paint wanting to talk to Sylvana. What's up? She's kind of just quietly sitting in a corner, reading her book as her spider bot holds up a drink for her.
Sylvana, I don't mean to pry or anything, but you seem rather upset. And I've gathered it may have been something to do with you and Paige. Would you like to talk about it?
No, it's fine. We're just being good friends. It's no big deal.
From what I can tell, you two seem to act more than just friends.
Well, that's it's must be just a trick of the eye then.
Perhaps. Or perhaps because Paige has never dated anyone before, so she wouldn't know about how to go about it.
I don't know, Paint. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, all I'm saying is, she's not experiencing this type of thing, and unless you are a bit more blunt in what you are saying, I doubt she will ever truly catch on as easily. And if you need assistance at all, I'm willing to be your wing changeling if you wish me to.
Sylvana has a real pained kind of forced smile. She's like,
I know, I don't mean to step in where I am not wanted, but all I'm saying is I think you two are good together. And I've seen Paige, her mood always lifts when you're around, and I think there's more to that, so don't give up on it yet.
I'm still here, and I will always, I'm always going to be here to support her.
And I know she appreciates that.
I hope she does. But I hope that your fundraising went well in Sharn.
Oh yes. I raised about 25 gold pieces from showing off my magical show. As Pink quickly pulls up another illusionary image with casting silent image to make the picture and then minor illusion to make the noises behind it.
Very, very cute. I hope that it continues to go well. You have a place in mind that you wish to open an orphanage?
No, not yet. I still need the coin to even think about buying a building, let alone looking for one yet.
You can always ask your mother.
My mother doesn't really know too much about my past, and I'm scared of bringing up the topic.
I see. Well, I didn't get to know my mother very long, so I just will tell you that I'm sure if she spent as much time with you as she has, that she loves you, no matter who you are.
We will see. I was never really acting like myself most of the time. I don't know if they would be as proud of me as they once were.
Well,
I'm not fancy. I don't know.
You can't hide who you are forever. It's your life to live. I'm just saying that it might be better to know that, to let her know, than to lose her and never having had that opportunity. I don't know. I think about all the things I didn't get to say to my mother, and I don't wish that on anyone.
Do you have any tales about them?
Not that I want to say right now.
I see. Well, I hope this talk has helped both of us then. And in the meantime, I have a list of strange oddities that I would like to go over with you about possible things I could put into my shows.
She sighs deeply as she closes her book, and with that we will end here for tonight. All right.
We're doing great.
We're doing great. Thank you everybody for coming out tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream of just emotional damage left and right. Except for ironically Jubilee having a bit of an emotional redemption arc.
For now.
Thanks to their Thembo mom and their hobgoblin dad.
Found family, y'all.
We are the parents.
Yep. They're two murderous parents.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I hope you guys all had fun. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for playing tonight and being amazing and wonderful people as always. I was so sad we didn't get to play last week. I missed you guys so much. If you guys haven't done so already, please go follow each of these players. Brainbuster just posted up the players command. They're all wonderful streamers in their own right. You can get more D&D action from them. Be sure to go hit them up, as well as you can follow me here on Twitch. You can follow me on YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter, and you can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be a part of my incredible community. We'll be back here on Wednesday for, I think we're going to do my Warhammer 40k lore rant. So if you want to hear me rant about Warhammer 40k lore or have any questions about 40k lore, I'm not just a pretty-faced D&D nerd. I'm also a sweaty 40k nerd. So please feel free to come on by. We are going to go raid Goblin Paladin Rosalia. She's a cute little feisty goblin.
Rosalia, baby!
Yep.
Sorry.
If you're a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you're a sub, please copy down the knights. And let's go send Rosalia some hugs.
We've at least got 2 subs in the party.
Paladin Rosalia.
Ow.
That was an hour and a half of good food, I'm just saying.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed just the biggest of just gay romance. But
Getting kind of been better.
I hope you guys all had fun. Let's go send her some love, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Good night, you guys.
Night.
Bye.